lot. It was energetic, a lot of effort. It was good intensity in the team periods, and so it was good to see carryover from spring and summer and all of it. And so, way impressed. We're inside and we're outside to try to break up the heat. And so, for the first 3 days, we're inside a little bit more than we are out, just to try to acclimate. And then once we get past these 3 days, we go to Saturday. We got Sunday as a player's off day from practice, and then we start again on Monday. And then we'll be outside a little bit more, but still be able to work back and forth, try to cool down and get back out, and try to get to the point where we're outside the majority of the time. But way impressed with how they attacked it, and way impressed to see. We had a couple guys in summer that was their first time kind of going, so they got here in summer, so it was good to see them too. But impressed first day. Questions? Anybody?
Dave, did you feel like you got most of the questions answered in the spring? Are there still quite a few left going into this camp?
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, I think it's a difference. That is a difference with the transfer portal, I feel. Whereas I think generally you would have questions answered in spring, and now you don't. And so I think there's some where we have an idea. There's others where we're kind of hoping and we're figuring and we're thinking. And so we got to be able to see. We've got a few folks that we're aiming and counting on that are still en route, and so we're en route. So we've got some questions to answer.
Coach, how did you like the intensity that the players had today? It seemed like they were super energetic and happy to be out there.
Yeah, appreciate that. I thought so. I think anytime you start something off, for sure. I think that first team meeting yesterday was way bouncing off the top of the roof and everything, excitement, and so to see some of that carry over into the last period of team today, after being in the sun and all that, was way cool to see. I think there's a strong connection with each other, and there's a good friendship that I think is pushing each other to be better. So that's cool to see.
Coach, in terms of where you guys ended, in terms of how far along you were in getting to where you want to goal-wise in the spring, do you feel like you're further along after summer, even more so than that, or is it kind of at that same point?
I appreciate that. Yeah, I think from a scheme perspective and a player development perspective, it's a little chopped up just because of what we first addressed in the beginning with new guys coming and getting acclimated, and a couple new guys still yet to come, But I think overall as a team, and the chemistry part and the confidence part, and the work to try to develop a swagger, that part, I feel strong about that, and I can sense that, I can see that. I thought summer was one of the better summers that our guys have had. So we were outside in the stadium we didn't have an indoor during that time, and we weren't on these practice fields, and so we're in the if it's 110, outside, it's whatever it is in the stadium, and our guys crushed it. So there's a good amount of confidence. And a good amount of, hey, I'm fighting for something, I'm sacrificing for something, and so there's a lot to build off with that.
What do you look to see, from the younger guys today and over the next couple of weeks?
Appreciate that. Would love to be able to see them, and you can see some of it today of just attacking things. There's always going to be first time, and there's always, there's a bunch of first times kind of coming at them. And so their ability, first of all, our ability to connect with them, and so that they feel that there's a value with them already, can help free them up to just go and get it. And so I think we saw some of that today. I think there's others that we have to work on that. But I think the sooner we can get that, then the sooner it's funny how roles will end up coming to them when they're kind of in that attack mindset. But I think that all that starts with feeling like you don't have to earn a sense of belonging, that sense of belonging is already a given. So, yeah. I think the young guys are going to have to play, and they're going to have to attack their jobs to do that.
Besides spending a little more time in the indoor, is there anything else you have to do because of the heat?
we have to make sure the doors are closed in the indoor, you know? And so, I don't know, with the construction and stuff, and doors open up and whatever it is, so just try to get that thing as cool as possible. We have a bunch of water breaks, you know? And so we'll break up just in between drills, but then I want to say we have 4 or 5 water breaks today, and we'll have snacks and food and stuff so that they're hydrating and eating as well. And so, and then, you know, tonight and tomorrow, everywhere our guys go in the building, they should have some water with them, hydrating all the way through. And so, you know, we talk about being a pro and you know, and all of it, and I think the weather really tests that statement, because you have to be able to take care of your business to be able to handle it out here.
Coach, I feel like day one of a fall camp can represent thousands of different things and mean so many different things. For you, what does it represent?
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, for me, it just means that we're back together again, and here's our next step, you know? And I just think, like, every team is just so different. You know, like today was the first time we had Byron out there with us, and we didn't have Garmin in the spring. So we had Garmin out there with us, and just the energy those guys bring just makes us different right off the bat, you know? And so just way cool to see. And then you're seeing a guy like Mike Smith that really kind of asserted himself in the spring, and he's a different guy now because of all of that, and, you know, Big 12 and all, and the whole thing. And so I just think you're a different team, and, you know, to be around our guys as much as possible, or as much as fall camp allows us to do, you know, we're just so, our hands are just in the mix of just molding the team that we want to be. And so for us to continue to get better day after day, just way cool. And so excited for what we can become.
What have you seen through the summer from somebody like Richard Reese, especially going into his true sophomore year? Confidence,
Swagger, you know. Dominic Richard's been the best thing for him, you know, and just the push. I mean, if Richard was going to get in an ice tub, you know, Dom's going to be right there trying to take his spot, you know, really. I mean, they fight for everything, and so it's pretty cool to see. And I think it's a friendly fight, but it's a fight nonetheless. And I can see Richard just get so much better off of that, and then Dom too. We're excited for both of them, but Richard's confidence from a guy that started and you know, he's always had an inner strength to him, but it's sketching out now to be a swagger, and so it's cool to see. Guys are following him.
Was I seeing things, or did he get even bigger from when we last saw him?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and so that's really good to see too. That's been an emphasis, you know, throughout, to be able to put weight on him and get stronger. And you know, Monterey Baldwin's gotten bigger and stronger, and so Blake Shapen's gotten bigger and stronger. And so all of that's really good to see. I think that adds to a guy's confidence when the work they put in is showing up.
You mentioned Blake. What does his progression look like over the summer, and is he still kind of gelling into that vocal leader role that's expected of him?
Yes, appreciate that. Yeah, today was really good. I thought, you know, good things by Blake today. Hit on a couple deep balls, hit Keetron a couple times, Armani Winfield a couple times. And then, you know, on the times where there is a struggle, the guy you're hearing is Blake. You're hearing him. And so really cool to see. I think, you know, he's in a groove with leadership and all of it, and kind of knows what he wants, and he's right out in front. And so it's good to see.
Dave, pretty good competition at kicker punter.
Yeah. It was really good today, actually. Yeah, both at, so a fair amount of punting today, and Palmer was booming some kicks, and Isaiah, I mean, so we've got some guys that are competing that are really pushing each other. Palmer had some unbelievable kicks today, and so excited to see what can become.
Defensively, what are some areas that still need, you know, take a few steps before the season? Where are you most confident on that side of the ball?
Yes, appreciate that. Yeah, it's going to be getting hit in the mouth. You know, it's going to be, you know, we're on the field and it's an 8-play drive or 9-play drive, and that's not what we want. And they score, and how we respond. You know, and I think all of that is the connection with the coach, with Coach Powledge and the staff, and Coach Powledge and the squad, and you know, our best players on that side of the ball have to be our best teammates. And I think if we have those two things, I think we're going to respond just great. And so this is where we kind of lay the groundwork for that, you know. So I'm excited about that. I think we're going to rise to the challenge of that. I guess real quick. So one of the vision for the team, there's I showed offensively. I showed a clip of Steve Young, and I think it was a 49-yard run versus the Vikings. I don't know if you guys remember that. And so he's dropping back. Was it the Vikings? I think it was the Vikings. It might have been. Yeah, I think it was the Vikings. He drops back and he's flushed out of the pocket, and he's rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, and he ends up scoring. And you see, first of all, here's something that's planned out and it didn't go the way it should, and I'm good. I'm taking off right to the next thing. There's a confidence that comes with that. I'm perfect with stuff not working out the way it should be. And then you see the old linemen are working to the second level and blocking corners and safeties. Now I want to say you see Jerry Rice wheel around, take out. I think it was the defensive end for the Vikings, and levels the defensive end. And then you see Steve Young stumbling and barely making it over. And when he's getting up, people are helping him get up, and he's out of breath. But it's like that's a dude that wasn't going to be denied. That was a dude that you weren't going to stop. And I think offensively we need that type of gravitas, man. We need that type of confidence. We need that. I think everybody sees that, so we need it. Then defensively, I showed them, it was the Rams versus the Titans. It was the last play of the Super Bowl. I think it was 6 seconds left. And, the Titans had moved the ball, and they had Aaron McNair and everything. And I think Jones made the tackle there, like the 1-inch line, or almost reminiscent of the game that we played a couple of years ago, just so close. But, here's a team that can close out another team, or a side of the ball that can close out a team. Here's a side of the ball that wants to be on the field when it matters most. Here's a team that, hey, there's momentum on the other side. We're the firemen. We're going to go and put it out. We want that stage. And then to execute something as simple as possible in the biggest stage, in the brightest lights, that's what we need to be. And so I think those things help to kind of put a frame to it and all of it. And I know that our guys want that too. So I'm excited what it can be.